had some weird feedback, so I had to redo this all over again. I don't know if it was like an ad, something crazy popped up. So, um, that video, we're gonna discard that. So, I hope everybody's doing well. Okay, so we're gonna tap into just some collective energies. I feel like we all could use some uplifting energies nowadays with all the stuff going on in the world. And hey sis, how are you? We could just use some light energy. I feel like just something positive. um hey everybody. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do this all the time, Dara, because I don't like being on camera like that all the time. So yeah, no, probably not gonna do that. But happy Friday, Sue. Happy Venus Day, everybody. Like this video, share it if you feel like it might resonate with somebody. If you're new, subscribe if you like the vibe over her. I would greatly appreciate it. I gotta light my incense, my favorite incense, because it smells amazing. Ooh. This is a thick ass incense, so you have to let it burn a little bit. Like Usher, you gotta let it burn just a little. So I'm gonna tap into some energies for you guys, like as far as acknowledging how far you've come on your journey, like give you your flowers while you're her, okay? Let you know, acknowledge you. Ah. Thank you, sis. You're beautiful too, sis. We's all beautiful. I appreciate it, sis. But yeah, I don't like being on camera like that. It just depends. Like sometimes I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Just dive in like that dude in the Montgomery shit. He was like, I'm about to get in this shit. Jumped in the water. And I do that sometimes. I have that type of energy when I come on camera. Like, I'm just gonna die. Let me do this shit. Then there's sometimes it was like, nah, we ain't doing it. But anywho, I don't know if I'm comfortable with the tarot I chose for today. I don't know if I want to use this deck. I will use the Realist Oracle. This is a favorite, a new fave of mine. And of course, I'm going to use my own Oracle deck, my Divine Energy Oracle. But I'm looking at Miss Cleo Tarot. I keep looking at it. I keep looking over there. So I think I'm going to use the Miss Cleo Tarot. But you know, I like to do Oracle first and then Tarot and then clarify with more Oracle. My buffet of tarot cards and oracle cards. You guys know how I do. Alright, let's get Miss Cleo out. Do you know these cards are only $6 on Amazon? I think when I got them, they was like $9 or something. Close to $9. They $6 now. These are really good cards. I have to say, like, they're very simplistic, but when I read with these, it's just something. It just hits a little different. Miss Cleo Tarot. Okay? Come get your free reading, Mom. Aquaman. Those are funny memes. Those Terrence Howard memes are funny as hell. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and tap in. Holy Spirit, I thank you for your presence. Divine Source God, our ancestors who love and guide us and assist us. Our angels, our divine team. Thank you for your presence, as always. Another reason why I don't like doing readings in this angle is because you can't see the card shuffle, and some people are very suspicious. I'm like, oh, I can't see it. No, like, I don't be doing that. Like, that's so corny. Like, oh, I'm going to pull a card because I want to pull it out. Like, that's corny and stupid. I don't do shit like that. Okay, so you have the Peep Game card. Before I pull any further, I kind of get this vibe that for some of you, like, not saying that you're not a strong individual and you don't know who you are, but sometimes, like, the type of people that you have around you could cause you to forget who you are. It could cause you to, like, second guess, like, am I really, you know, really doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I really the person that I think that I am, like, in a positive sense? And I'm not really getting, like, it's imposter syndrome per se, I feel like it's more so like the people you have around you may treat you a certain way. Yes, thank you, sis. They may treat you a certain way, or they may say things that imply that you're not all that great, or they try to remind you of things that don't really necessarily hold any weight anymore in your life. So peep game, pay attention. Like, pay attention to who and what's around you, like where you're investing your energy. Okay. Okay. First or second card out is talent and create. The T. Open roads. Divine contract. And divine justice. Okay. Yeah, so you guys, also another thing too, you may feel like you're not being seen or you're not being noticed, but I'm here to tell you, like, just because you're not seeing the numbers, you're not like getting the likes, or you're not getting the views, or you know, whatever it is that you're putting out there, something creatively or something that you do, and it doesn't have to be a social media thing either. It could just be in your everyday life where you feel like you're not getting your acknowledgement. And it's funny because I said I'm here to give you guys your flowers today. So you may not feel like you're getting what you deserve back, like your talents and your creativity. And I feel like Spirit saying continue to create, or continue to do what it is that whatever your contribution is to the world, or whatever you give back, you know, continue to do that, because there are people that see you and not everybody acknowledges you. See, it's funny, again, the title I said, let's acknowledge. What did I put? I don't even remember. Let's acknowledge how far you've come. Let's acknowledge how far you've come. Like, literally, let's acknowledge that, because you may think that you're not getting anywhere, okay? Don't think that for a second. People don't feel you. People don't, like, smell your essence and know who you are. Maybe they don't know it to the fullest extent, but people see you. And some people, it's not even a shady thing. Wow, I just pulled this straight out. This is the witchcraft, occult, demonic activity, and technology. I don't want to get too deep with things, but I've noticed that when you post certain things, or when you talk about certain concepts, or just topics, or some of these platforms, they will censor you. They will kind of pull you. I don't know if it's an algorithm thing. I can't say that. It's an energetic thing for sure. But I've noticed, because I have different YouTube accounts. I have my celebrity reading one, and I have the Divine Feminine channel that I have. So I'm subscribed to myself on my different platforms. So I'll see the number, like there'll be like a specific view count, or even a like count on a video, and I'll look at it from another YouTube, like my other account, if that makes sense, and I'll notice that the numbers are different from what's listed. It's very weird, and I'm like, okay, YouTube plays with numbers, or which I don't know if their system is that flawed where it doesn't catch up accurately with what the clicks and the views are, which is really weird, or the likes. So they definitely play with your numbers, you guys, and that's why you can't really focus on that, because it doesn't matter. And if it's a thing outside of that, like in your everyday life, not on social media, where you feel like, I don't know if someone here may have like gotten some type of feedback, and I feel like the feedback that you got, it was at work or something. I'm seeing like paperwork or something, or could be on your computer, where you received like feedback or something, or some type of rating, and I feel like it was faulty. I feel like it was something shady behind it. It wasn't like accurate, or wasn't coming from a place of integrity from whoever rated it. Or let's say someone listened to a phone call that you had, because I used to work in call centers. Like, this is back in my early 20s, like my younger days when I worked at call centers and stuff. They would have like people that would listen and sit in and listen to some of your calls, and they would rate the calls based off of how you handled the customer, your tone, did you resolve the issue, blah blah blah, all of that stuff, right? and they would sit down with you and rate, like, okay, you did good here, this part right here you could have did better. But this could be like somebody that's like doing things to get at you. And this is a real life situation. I remember I was working with a family member. I'm not gonna say like who she is, but a family member, and we both worked at the same call center together. And they were trying to get people out of there because it was like a temp service. So it was like, okay, we got to minimize some of our people. It was real ghetto. That was like one of the most ghetto jobs I ever worked for ever. But they was trying to get her out of there. So they would sit next to her and like listen to her phone calls, and they would try to pick and choose like what they didn't like so they can run and tell the hiring manager. So I remember one day the girl was sitting next to her, and she was like, she did this, she did that. And it was like, what the hell? Like, you sitting next to me trying to like get me out of here. Like, literally, like you're trying to like find something. So it could be that. And just know that that's some hateration, okay? That's witchcraft. That's evil. Like, you know what I mean? Like, witchcraft is not necessarily just sitting down with some candles, and it can also be like intentions and mindsets and manipulative energy. Like, that is a form of witchcraft. So yeah, but you have things opening up for you. Hey sis, I will, sis, I'll hit you back. Yeah, you have things opening up for you right now. You could get some type of opportunity or blessing, or someone asking you to sign on to something. And I feel like, of course, use your discernment. But I feel like whatever this divine opportunity is, it's going to feel like justice to you. So like, let's say somebody tried to put like dirt on your name in the office or whatever, right? Or someone tried to hold you back, or your justice is people, someone saying, you know what, like, forget all of that. How about a bonus? Like, I know you've really been through stuff. I see what you've done for the company. You're doing a good job. I'm going to give you a bonus, and on top of that, I'm going to give you this position over here. And you're just like, oh my god, like, it's better than what you've been fighting for. Like, this position, this one position where someone was trying to get you out of the position you already have because they, you know, whatever reason, X, Y, and Z, and you get something completely better and something different. It's like stuff like that. Or I don't know why I'm getting something with like a house or an apartment, where you go in the office and someone might be, let's say, discriminating, you know, against you, and tries to decline or tell you that you didn't get approved for the house, you didn't get approved for the apartment. And someone comes in and is like, you know what, I looked over your paperwork and I'm so sorry for whatever, blah blah, for, you know, our side of things. We're gonna go ahead and move you in as soon as possible. We just got something today, and it's actually what you were asking for previously, so that's available. And you're just like, okay, because you were probably going to settle on something that, let's say a unit, right? If it's an apartment, you were going to settle on something that you didn't originally want because it might have been available sooner, and then someone else looked over your paperwork and tried to just deny you of that. And then they come back and they're like, you know what, actually what you were previously looking for is going to be available. So it's some type of blessing. I feel like it's a blessing. So don't worry about the seemingly roadblocks, because the roads are open. Wow, a car fell on the floor. I hate when this happens. My neck, my back, my bamboos, my babies. Strength flew out of the deck. Yeah. Strength, your type of strength, come on, babies. Your type of strength is based off of, your strength is based off of like your integrity. Like, it's not, you know, people's way of strength, and I use this example all the time, but like, people think strength is demanding and being manipulative, being controlling, being domineering, being an asshole, being a tyrant, being rude, being loud, being, you know, just this rash personality. Like, no. Strength really comes from endurance. It comes from, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you pick yourself back up. You have optimism. You still have positivity. You still have love in your heart. You still can walk even when your haters spit on your name and shit on you. You, instead of you reacting to that, you stooping down to the level of these people, you level up. You work on yourself. That is, I seen a meme the other day on Instagram. I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't remember it verbatim, but it was like, the get back is healing yourself and working on you. So most people think that the get back is making sure you shit on your enemies or your haters or your exes and all of that. But the real glow up and the real get back is you working on you and you healing you being a better person for you. Because you don't forgive people necessarily for them per se, for their grace, for their mercy, whatever, but you forgive people for your own peace. You know what I mean? And I seen another one the other day. I think it was last night I seen this one. It was on YouTube actually. It was like a community post and it said, I'm not about to miss my blessings doing you like how you did me. That's strength, that's integrity, that's powerful. Yes. Leo energy, yes, all day. Hey sis, hey MB. Leo energy. We're in Leo season. I think we had a Leo new moon recently. And I always feel like the influence of that woman in the strength card is like this nursing energy, this healer energy, and then that infinity symbol. The understanding of how everything has to play, how everything plays a significant role, and how some things have to take place in order for the greater good. So like, in spite of my enemies, in spite of all of that, or in spite of the bad, sometimes these things happen because it's making way for the good things. What you used for my bad turns out for the greater good, right? I think it's like a scripture. I'm paraphrasing that even as well. I keep dropping cards, y'all. The Empress. Yes. The Empress, that is divine feminine energy. Even if you are a man and you don't consider yourself feminine or anything like that, this is love. Love of thyself. She has a serpent on her arm. And people view serpents in, I guess the perception or the symbolic energy of a serpent is subjective to whoever. So some people might see a snake as something evil or demonic. Some might see snakes as transformation or wisdom. There's many different interpretations of what a serpent could represent. And I feel like for this card here with the Empress, I feel like this represents your ability to take the bad and turn it in for your good, or use it as transforming, like a transformative energy or a healing energy, even something that was, something deceptive or something that may have been or should have been detrimental to you. Maybe a betrayal that you had in your past. What arm is she holding out? Is this her left or her right? Her left. Okay. Left represents the past. So yeah, even more. So you guys could have been deceived in the past by certain people in a very painful way, or you could have been betrayed by someone close to you, but you didn't internalize that to the point where it kept you from being who you were called to be. And the Empress is a birthright. That is your birthright. You are, or the Emperor. Because I don't want to always exclude men, because sometimes I feel like I have a tendency to do that, and it's not anything personal. I feel like that's just my demographic is mainly women that watch my channel for healing messages. Yeah. So let's see what else. Yeah, you're called to be a leader. You're called to run shit because you have the heart for it. You have the integrity for it. And I say this all the time, like when it's God blessing us, it's coming from a place of I'm putting you in a position of power, or I'm blessing you with wealth, financial wealth and things like that. It's because I test and approved your heart. I know that you'll do well with what I give you and what I bless you with, and you'll multiply it. Multiplying it means that you're not just going to harvest all that energy for yourself, harvest all that money for yourself. take on these high level positions and think that you're going to shit on everybody. No, when you get into a position, God knows that you're going to bless people. God knows that you're going to do well with people. You're going to handle people with care. You're going to handle people with integrity. You're going to be a disciplined person. You're going to be someone that has the stamina to withstand the trials and tribulations. Like when something happens, you're not gonna fold. You might, you get human for a moment and you might stress out, you might freak out, you might cry, you might want to throw in the towel, but that instinct, that inner strength taps in and says, no, I can't give up. Because you know that it's bigger than you. So if you have money, you're not gonna just be like, oh, I'm about to get me a yacht, I'm about to get me a Ferrari, I'm about to get a Lamborghini, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that, oh, I'm about to just ball out at whatever designer clothing store. No, you're gonna there's nothing wrong with luxury. There's nothing wrong with that, but you don't make it an idol. When you get the money, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take care of my family, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna give back to this place and that place, I'm gonna open a business for people that, I'm gonna, whatever, inmates that can't get a job, I'm gonna have an office available for them to get, be able to work, and I'm gonna do this, single mothers. You're gonna give back. So when it's people that, because don't mistake people that seem to be blessed as truly being divinely blessed. There's blessings that come with the price. And some of these prices is that, what did you have to do to get to what you have? And some people don't do well in positions of power because they take over, they start stepping on people, they start manipulating, they become greedy. Those are not real blessings. They can be taken at any moment. Those things can be taken at any moment. And here's the thing as well. For a lot of you, you know what it is. You know what it's like to have it and not have it. You might have had seasons where things were just popping for you, flowing for you. And then the next moment you have absolutely nothing. You lose everything. Like Job, and I be bringing in the Bible all the time because you could really apply it to your everyday life. Like, in a way that it's not too preachy. So my mom, if you guys see my community post, she put me onto this movie. She was describing this movie to me. She never told me the title. I don't even think she even remembered what the title was. So she was describing this movie, and I was like, that sounds like the story of Ruth in the Bible. So fast forward, like a couple of nights ago, I watched it with her, and it in fact is the story of Ruth. And then what came on after it, because like Tubi, like if you don't click out of the movie you just watch, it'll bring another movie in, and like another movie will come on that's kind of similar to the movie you just watched. So there was the story of Job, and it had like well-known cast in it as well. And the story of Job is, Job was a very wealthy man, and he had a big family. And me and my mom had this discussion, because sometimes I'd be like, the Bible, sometimes I'd be like, why would God do that? Like some things I don't always understand, and I pray about it. I'm like, God, I don't really understand your ways sometimes. Some of the stuff, like, if this is really how you are, like, sometimes I'd be like, it's kind of fucked up. I'd be real with God. I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So there was a conversation between God and Satan was like, no. God was like, Job is one of my most faithful servants. He's a good man, X, Y, and Z. Like, nobody like him. And the devil was like, I bet you I can get him to curse you. Like, take everything away from him, take all his riches, take his reputation, take everything away from him, and I bet you he'll fold and he'll curse you. And God was like, go ahead and try him, but don't touch him. You can't kill him. So his kids in this movie, like, almost all of his kids died in the movie. And he went through all this tragedy. He lost his businesses, everything, his mansion, everything back to square one. And towards the end of the movie, like where he should have just been, just might as well at this point just be depressed and not want to deal with life anymore. But he got down and he prayed and he said, no matter what, God, I will continue to be your faithful servant. Meaning, I can easily be like, F you. I don't even want to say it out of my mouth because it's so twisted and messed up to say that to your divine creator. But it's like, F you. Like, you could go there. You could be like, F life. I'm taking a Uzi and I'm out of here. I can't do it anymore. But this is what I'm saying. Like, you have gone through everything that you may have possibly could have been through, or the things that you feel like you could never have withstand. If you look back, it's like, I don't even know how I got through that. I don't even know how I'm still standing, or how I still even have a good attitude, or I still have love in my heart. You might have been through some shit, but that's a testament to your real strength. And it might be crazy to you and crazy to others, but that is the God in you. That is the divine in you, inside of you. Not everybody has that. It is something that is a blessing. Because life gets hard. Life is not easy for every single person. You might have had like a beautiful home, and to having to lose everything. I know for me, as a testament, I've had good moments in my life. I've had things happen for me, blessings and things where I felt like, oh, this is just like, you're in the moment and you feel like it's supposed to be forever. And then there will be something where life takes, its twists and its turns. And when you look back, you understand every season that you've had to go through. And it's not to say that from here life is just going to be easy and you have no stress and no worries, but you're at a place where it's like a level of spiritual maturity where the things that you've gone through, that they are the backbone to who you are. It's not something to look back on and shame yourself for or get bitter. When we do that, we're giving our power away to circumstances. When we get bitter or when we blame everybody for all of our problems, that's not being in control or being in power. That you're putting yourself in a state of victim mode, and you're not a victim. As long as you're bitter, as long as you're angry and upset with everybody, you're never going to heal. And this message may not register with everybody because some people live in a lack consciousness, and I also feel this too. Sometimes like people's demons will have them so trapped and lash out at the wrong people, and you can't get through to people that just they don't want to hear it, or their demons have them so trapped and snared and like locked down in a basement with chains and whips. They can't free themselves when they're under that type of consciousness. So I understand that this message is not going to resonate with everybody. But you have the Two of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, like there might have been things mentally that you just couldn't see your way through. You couldn't really understand. That dog can symbolize, some of you guys might have a pet. Could be a dog, could be a cat. For some of you, that comes around at times where you're stressed. I feel like that's a comfort for you. Nine of Wands, this is your energy. For some of you, this is where you're at right now, where it's like, you know what? Shit is hard right now. It's not easy for me right now, but I'm still going to get up and I'm still going to fight. I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm not going to give up on myself. Or if you have that spiritual backbone, there's like this, and I have chills on my back as I'm saying it, but like if you can imagine like your angels, God, your ancestors, like whenever you want to fall back, there's something that pushes you, and it's like your spiritual backbone that keeps you going. Like don't fall. Like they're gonna support you and push you back up. It's like this force inside of you, like where you're like, I can't do this shit. Like your human self is like, I can't do this shit. I'm tired. I want to give up. And then that spiritual instincts, that spiritual backbone pushes you and is like, nah, we're gonna keep going. And I feel like that is where some of you may be at this time. Let's see. Judgment, Knight of Cups, and the Hermit. So yeah, some of you guys are coming out of hiding. Spirit is uncovering you. For some of you, you feel like, again, you've been overlooked. And for some of you, it's like, yet I've been overlooked. I've kind of gotten complacent and comfortable with being hidden, with being kind of behind the scenes. For some of you, even in that moment, you, like your dark night of the soul, you've acquired a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom. And I feel like this is something to do with your, we're going to talk astrology just for a second. And I'm like real basic bitch when it comes to that. So I don't know, like I have a basic understanding of it. Or I wouldn't say like a basic meaning, but The North Node is standing out. Like, I feel the North Node, like you understanding what your purpose is, or what your destiny is, or the possibility or the potential that your path holds for you, and walking into that. And it could be like a major event, or just a, with the Judgment card, like a major something with inside of you, like in your heart or just in your spirit. There's something that is waking you up. Yeah, I'm just getting something about the North Node. Nothing too deep, sis. I was just getting something about the North Node. Like, uncovering what your path is. Like, your destiny, where you're supposed to be. Um, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, I feel like, represents, like, following your heart. The promptings of your heart. Having that sense of compassion for yourself helps you to flow in the moment. Like, okay, I feel like I need to do this, or I need to do that, or I need to make this change, or I feel led to say this, or I feel led to write this, I feel led to drop this off, cut this off, I feel led to initiate this, start this. Whatever it is, it's a prompting inside of you. Yeah, it's a prompting inside of you that I feel like it's encouraging you to just be in the present moment and flow, and to nurture yourself, have compassion for yourself. Let's see if there's anything else from the tarot, and I'm going to pull from the Realist Oracle. Five of Pentacles in reverse. You're no longer feeling this sense of depletion, or that sense of just this destitute. Like, I'm just out here with nothing, and nobody cares, and nothing's working out for me. Like, if you're in that mindset, I feel like it's going to shift. When you give yourself that compassion, when you give yourself the grace and understanding of where you are, where you're not beating yourself up, when you shift in that perspective and that energy, that vibration, then you start to be like, you know what, I just get like this replenishment. Like, you might feel a sense of relief when you actually allow yourself that moment of just compassion, like I said, and not being so hard on yourself. Because you know that these important things are not going to be built within a day. Like, I'm just paying attention to that Sphinx in the back. These things are not built in just a day. And not to get too deep, but, like, you know, there's a lot that comes with, you know, the building of these structures, like, you know, technologies and certain things like that come along with it. But even with that, your ideas, your creativity, your divine gifts, and all of that, certain things do need to be cultivated. There's a time and place for everything. And sometimes when we think that we're ready for certain things, or we should have certain things a certain way, we might lack the spiritual understanding as to why certain things are not happening, or why things are not quite in alignment or time. Alright, Realist Oracle. Yeah, this Leo energy could be very impressionable on your energy in a positive way. Somehow it could relate to you having more confidence, having more faith, having more stamina in your spiritual journey, where it's easy to give up. Okay. Explore the big picture and bliss out. Some of you guys might need to enjoy some entertainment. Go to a show. Somebody got Beyonce tickets. Sell me that mug. Sell me it. Let me get that. I'm just playing. I wouldn't spend that much money on a Beyonce ticket. Unless I had it, maybe. But I ain't gonna break to go see no Beyonce, okay? Love your music, girl, but I ain't doing it. But some of you guys could be going to a concert, or you're being encouraged to enjoy some entertainment. Take yourself out. Go somewhere, even if it's just you. And I thoroughly believe in that. When you go out, you have a good time, and it allows you to meet people. I know this day and age you got to be careful, but you're divinely protected, you're covered, and you're using your discernment, and you just ain't out here just jumping in people's cars and going to these people's houses and taking drinks from everybody. No, you know how to move. But I feel like you'll meet people. Me too. My aunt is trying to get us some tickets in October. I really want to go see Usher too. I forgot about that. Explore. Yeah. Like, this is a time to just, and even if it's not like physically exploring and going places, and maybe even in your hometown, like, or in your neighborhood, or wherever you're from, or wherever you reside right now, go sightsee. Go see some stuff that you haven't. You know, sometimes they have like those pop-up museums or those pop-up like visual experiences. They have this really dope one. It's probably sold out now. The tickets are really dirt cheap, but it's like this 3D experience, and it's like, I guess like the screen, it kind of like is shaped like a dome, so no matter where you turn, it's like you're in the experience. That shit looks so dope. I want to go to it. I forgot what it's called. It's at the Science Center out here. I want to go see it. But this could just be also exploring your journey, just being in that full energy. I'm getting like Sag energy, but I'm seeing the full card in my mind's eye. Allowing yourself to be in that energy of just flowing and exploring and being open to where your life is headed and where it's going right now. Planetarium, I think so. I think that is what it's called. It looks amazing. I just would love it. Just the visuals and the sound. It just looks like something off Avatar. Like, I don't know. I would love to see it. The big picture. The big picture. It's interesting because it's like a picture within a picture. Yeah. And this is number 33. So the next step for you is a high level, and I feel like you're about to, there's about to be a door that's open. Like, the path is going to be open to you, or something new is about to take place in your life. And I feel like it's still unknown. So you may sense this within you, or you know, like deep down inside, or just prophetically, you could see or you know that there's a door, there's a new opportunity coming your way, or there's blessings, or there's just new adventures, it's a new chapter for you, but you don't fully know what that looks like and what that entails. And that's the beauty of life. And I'm saying this because realistically, you know, we don't really know what is behind the next phase of our life. We don't know that. We don't know all the details of that. But when you're spiritually gifted, or you're using tarot, or you're getting readings, it's like that itch to need to know everything. That itch to be like, okay, what's going to happen? And sometimes, like, I do believe that tarot is not necessarily meant to tell your future, per se. It's more so of an energy tool of tapping into the energies around you, and perhaps maybe giving you a heads up of things. But it's not something that we should look at as the end-all, be-all. And I feel like that's why Christianity really is against tarot and against astrology, because humans, when we tap into certain things, and we tap into something sacred that is God-given, such as the stars and the moon, that is meant to help us, yes, we make it an idol, and then we put it above our creator, where we can easily access and tap in and get the guidance and the clarity that we seek and we need. It may not come in the form that you want it to. It may not come immediately or answered in the way that you want it to, but how you need it to. So sometimes we can get overzealous and all up in the cards and trying to figure it all out, or asking everybody else. And in the Christian community, same thing. I notice, like, everybody's obsessed with prophetic words and prophecy. What is God saying? And like, you can get that for yourself. Yes, these things can be used to help another person, but it's not the end all. It's not the beginning nor the end road. It's just kind of the in between to help you along the way. Kind of like in the Wizard of Oz, she was seeking clarity from a psychic, and they could only give her so much. And it's like, that's a part of the journey. You just gotta meet who you gotta meet. You gotta go where you're guided to go, and it will all make sense in the end. It may not while you're going through it, but it will make sense in the end to you. So that's what I'm getting, y'all. I think I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'm gonna pull one more from this deck. I love this deck. The Christ Consciousness Oracle. This is one of my new favorite oracle decks as well. Let's see. What would Jesus do? I love this deck. I do. The person that created this deck has a Metatron Oracle deck, and I love that deck too. Let's see. New vintage, be open-minded. Okay? Yeah. You're never too old to learn new things. You're never too old to explore. You're never too old to start over, to start fresh. You see this elder. And this could be someone's elder that's telling you, like, be present, live life to the full. Because honestly, realistically, life moves fast. Life moves quick. Years flow by like it's nothing. So be present. Yep. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's leave it at that. I appreciate you guys. I might come back on and do a love one just to balance everything out, because y'all know, like, the love reads, we can't do that. We can't just not do that, right? So I will probably be back on real quick, and then we're going to do, like, some love messages. But I wish you guys much love and blessings. Enjoy your Friday if I don't see you in the next read, or you want to come back and watch it later. Enjoy your weekend if you're watching this at the time that I'm recording it, or just enjoy your day or the rest of your week. And I send much blessings to you guys. Thank you so much for watching.